So I just watched the final entry in the Strangers trilogy, the one that started in 2024. Look, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. Anywho, so with the Strangers chapter 3, this movie picks up right where the second one left off. Spoilers, one of the strangers died. Our main final girl, Maya, killed that person. And so this movie is essentially the main stranger guy, the bag man, is trying to indoctrinate her into their little stranger idea, and he low-key wants to be romantic with her. Um, I don't know where to begin. I will say this about The Strangers Chapter 3. This is better than Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Chapter 1, hated. Shameless remake. Chapter 2, Chapter 1 was that. Chapter 2 was fun. It was bad. Like, it was horrifically bad. Like, it's an awful movie. But I had fun watching it. So with The Stranger Chapter 3, the whole week leading up to this movie, I was looking forward to just an awfully bad, horribly done, just terrible movie. I was so excited to watch a terrible movie. And the movie is still really bad. Like, it's still really bad. But it's not the offensive kind of bad I was looking forward to, and it's not the hilarious kind of bad I was looking forward to. It's just bad. It is better than the other two, like I said. There's so many ideas because this whole trilogy is about why are the strangers? Well, in the first movie, that was kind of sort of the point was we don't know why they do what they do, and that's what makes that first movie so uncomfortable. This one is like, no, 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 I want to know everything about these guys. Why do they do what they do? And you're like, I didn't ask. But this whole trilogy, that's what it's been the whole point of. And then you get to this movie, and it's not awful, but it is the ideas they give you here and the reasoning why the strangers are the way that they are. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Like, it's really bad. Spoilers for the movie and well, the whole trilogy. The whole point of this is, like I said, to say why the strangers are who they are. So this movie, it's like, so in the second movie, it was like, well, there's these two kids. One of them got jealous of another person. Murders happened. This movie, it's like, oh, these two have been in cahoots with the sheriff, which is one of their dads, and they have been killing people who just come out of town, and it's all they're allowed to do. And they're pretty much just child killers. And that's the flashback portion of the movie. And the flashback portion of the movie is really bad. Like, the acting is horrible. But in the present day plot of this, one of the strangers trying to get Maya, the final girl, to be a part of their little group is still bad, but I at least like some of the ideas it presented. It wasn't like the best thing in the world. From a different director, this could have been much better. But it's not awful, the idea of it is, and it is a little ridiculous that they take the final girl and they're like, hey, what if she has a little bit of romantic tension with the main slasher stranger throughout the whole movie? Okay, cool. And then by the end of the film, it's just two of them, and they're trying to make us be like, oh, they're gonna fall in love, and then she kills him, and it's like, blah. But they're playing this romantic music the entire time. I will say the needle drops in this movie weren't bad. I kind of liked all the needle drops in this film. Besides that one was stupid. Um, the opening of the movie, I actually really like. I thought it was really intense, and it was one of the better scenes in this new trilogy. And I did, I do like the main actress in this who plays Maya. She's very good in this movie. The other people, no, no. There's so many townsfolk where you're like, they're so unbelievably odd. Why would you trust these people? There is something up there, and then you find out why later. There's 11 kills in this movie, and not a single one of them. There's like maybe a few of them where you see a little bit of blood. For the most part, these are the most tame, most just just unintelligible, just unoriginal kills you could ever possibly do for a movie like this. If this movie had more entertaining kills, I would imagine it would get better reviews. This whole trilogy would have been better, but this whole trilogy is for some reason allergic to really good gore, really good kills. And you're like, why? Why are we even here? This could have been a PG-13 if they didn't drop the F-bomb every now and then, if they didn't, show a little bit of blood here and there. So trilogy could have been PG-13. I don't know. I'm ranting more than I thought I would with this movie because, like I said, it is better than the other two. The original two Stranger movies I actually really like, especially the first one. Chapter 1, Chapter 2 of this new trilogy, not good, but for very different reasons. This one's not good, but out of the three, it is the most watchable. I can watch it and be like, that's fine. There's some parts of this movie that remind me of a Rob Zombie movie, so that was fun. But if you're going into this expecting just a really good finale and oh, this whole trilogy, the whole point of it's been to, figure out who the strangers are, I was coming up with ideas in my head that were much better than what the movie gave me. This whole film, I was just thinking about how this could be better. It feels like a teenager wrote this movie. It feels like a teenager saw the first Strangers and was like, I can make that into a trilogy. And it just, no, it doesn't work. Feels like really bad fan fiction. Yeah, it's not good. Better than the last two. Do I think we'll ever see the Strangers again? God, no. After this movie's gonna make $12 and a ham sandwich. So no, I don't think they're ever gonna make any more Strangers movies. But with all that being said, I will give The Strangers Chapter 3. You know what? Not as bad as the other two, like I said, but I'll give it a 3 out of 10.